Dear audience, now I will get into more details and couple of ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to understand how exactly the leader should behave, or someone who believes that he or she is into a leadership role. So according to the teachings of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how one should be. There is a very popular tradition, hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in which he states, "Kullukum ra'in wa kullukum mas'ulun an ra'iyatihi." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam states, each of you is a shepherd and each of you is responsible for his flock. A very popular hadith, but it is very important to observe that why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used the word shepherd to describe the leadership role. That basically Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam here mentioning that every single person is leader in some capacity, that may be in his own household, or that may be in any institution, organization, or at the top of the government. Every single person is a leader. Then while describing how a leader should be, the example of a shepherd has been quoted and narrated by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To understand this philosophy, it is important to imagine what shepherd does. If we observe a whole flock of sheep, and then there is a shepherd looking after them. So you see a shepherd leaves his home along with a flock of sheep. And what he does, he looks after them, but he does not restrict them in a manner that this whole flock doesn't move around here and there. So he looks after them that no danger could approach that flock of sheep, but at the same time gives them enough freedom that while moving towards their direction or towards their objective location, so they would go towards right and left, filling up their tummies and earning the food and gaining the food from the grass and other natural resources, drinking waters from the streams. So he would not stop them by going towards left or right looking for the food. He would look after them, but at large, generally he would watch the trail and track so that the sheep doesn't get lost, and they stay to the mainstream and track so that they can arrive to their ultimate destination in time without getting lost in the ways. So he looks after them, but he keeps a loose control on them, which could keep them on the right path, but at the same time gives them enough freedom so that they don't feel restricted or feel imprisoned. This is a beautiful example of a leadership. That's why Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave an example of a shepherd while describing the leader. So this is something we all need to look into, that while playing our role as a leader, maybe in an academic institution or maybe in our homes while dealing with our children, so we have to keep a strong eye and watch on our subordinates, but at the same time, do not suffocate them with restrictions. Give them enough freedom so that they can think, they can perform, they can act creatively. But then keeping them on the generally mainstream and path so that they don't get lost and they could arrive safely and soundly to their destinations. This is shepherd. And according to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the true leader is like a shepherd.